Yeah, like a bad hair day, this thing's back. Now I put that upper, complete new upper on there. Now this is that AR15 that I built in 7.62 by 39 that kept misfiring. I couldn't get it to stop misfiring, so I converted it over to 223 with the upper that I had. Now I built that upper, and I know I've got 300 or 400 rounds through that upper with no problem whatsoever. I put it on this. I took that 7.62 by 39 upper off and put that one on and put a new mag in it. Guy comes today to shoot it. 5 misfires in the first mag. I was disgusted. Now, why would that be misfire? Everything's new. I know that upper's okay. I got this here on the vise. And one thing you want to never do is, if you have your AR part, don't ever dry fire it. But here, there's a little piece here, that little gunsmith piece. You snap it in. You snap that in right there where your barrel goes. And then you can literally pull your trigger and snap your. If not, you'll crack that right underneath there. A little space there in your mag well, you'll crack that aluminum right there if you dry fire it without that piece. But as you can see, that seems to be hitting plenty hard enough to be shooting. I checked my no walk pins. They're not too tight. They're not seized in here. This is all stainless, even though that's coated. That's stainless. Stainless pins. They're not pinching the receiver. This is all moving freely. It actually has. I had a couple out here. See what I do with it. I don't know where I set it, but this is actually, if you look down in here, that hammer spring right there you're looking at. That chrome or stainless hammer spring you're looking at down there. That is an enhanced spring. It's heavier than stock. I have a stock one right there in the pack. That's a stock one there, and you can't tell unless you compare them, but this one is a lot heavier. Now, I've never heard of the 5.56 round not going off. And like I say, I've shot hundreds of rounds in that upper. That seems plenty hard enough to set that gun off. I basically don't know where to go now. I'm going to drop that enhanced spring out of there, back to the stock ones out of that kit right there. Or I got them laying here. But anyway, I'm going to take it back to the stock springs. Because my buddy said, well, maybe that's bouncing. But as hard as that's hitting, even if it bounces, it ought to. Another way to check your hammers on this, I don't know if I can do it with one hand. You hold this down, you pull your trigger, you hold your trigger on, you pull that down. See how that latched? If you got them springs in wrong, and you pull that down, if you got your trigger still pulled and you pull that back, it won't lock. And what'll happen, your gun will keep shooting like a full automatic. So you want to make sure when you got that back, you can actually hold the trigger, pull that back, let off, and it don't go off. That's how you check them. So that's correct. That seems like plenty hard enough strike. I'm going to go back to the stock springs. I'm going to check everything inside. But everything, there's only 2 springs and a couple pins. What can be wrong, you know? There is a 3rd spring down inside this little catch. This little catch we're seeing right here that catches this. Right there. There is a little spring in that too that you change. That I'm going to change back to stock. And then this hammer spring, or trigger spring, is going to be stock too. and lighten that up a little bit. But of course now this has a little bit longer buffer spring too for the 7.62 by 39. But the gun worked and cycled and everything fine. It just every once in a while it would dry fire, misfire. But I'm not going to mess with this spring. That is a little bit stiffer, but like I say, the action worked, everything worked good. It just would misfire every once in a while. You change 2 uppers, 3 bolts, and the only thing left is the bottom. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. I'll put it all back together and throw it over the hill. I don't know what to do. If it was mine, I wouldn't worry, and it has to be a relation. Or the only one that ever come back to haunt me, and it's a relation. Oh well. It's Christmas Eve. I ain't gonna let it worry me. I sure was depressed when the damn thing didn't shoot. I would have bet money it was going to. Like I say, I know I've got at least 300 rounds through that. When I build an upper, I shoot 2 mags through it before I'd ever sell it to somebody. So every one of my guns gets 60 rounds through it before it's sold anyway. Used to be 100, but the ammo got so expensive I had to cut it down to 60. But like I say, every one of them do get that many rounds put through them before they... Well, my bench is a mess. All right, everybody, have a good Christmas. I was just want to do a little, get this off my mind on this AR deal here. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I think that's plenty enough spring to let that off, and I don't think an enhanced spring that is a lot stiffer spring would cause that firing pin to bounce and not shoot your round off. And a heavier spring should make it hit harder. And I was worried about it poking holes in the primers, and here it still isn't going off. I don't know. Always got to be one that gets you. It still looks nice, though. That gun's 6 years old, I think, or something. All right, everybody, have a good holiday there. I'm going to figure this out. I've already been through all. There ain't no stuck pins. I use all stainless steel pins, all stainless steel springs. You know, makes you wonder what could be wrong when you use all the good stuff. There's a project in the waiting there. I'm going to try to fix this broken stock. Can't find that stock. I'm going to order me. I had some good epoxy one time that worked real good on wood. I got to get another tube of it. I'm going to rebuild that. All right, everybody, have a good holiday. Like I said, for the 3rd time, I'm going to get out of here and quit thinking about this gun. We'll see you after Christmas.